Yo guys, hello! Today we're gonna review the Wildfrost. I am not that good at virtual card games, as I might be the first loser in this country. A game like Hearthstone can really get me into the red zone, mostly when I am playing against other people. I mostly try to avoid the genre. Therefore, it came as a bit of surprise to get Wildfrost for review. But I pulled up my big boy pants and gave the game a shoot, and here are my thoughts on the new card game from Deadpan Games, which will be released shortly, surprised by the way. Wildfrost doesn't really have a story as such. There are different factions with their own maps, each with a short introduction, but other than these little stories, there isn't much to tell about the narrative. Most of the game is experienced as thought gameplay in its purest form, as it will probably please those who think mechanics matter more than, well, narrative context. Wildfrost is a card game where you have to fight against an opponent who has their own unique card with special abilities. At the bottom of the card there is counter for the round. When this counter reaches 0, your card attacks the opponent's card on the opposite side of the table. Yes, you don't necessarily decide what to attack and when, but zeroing that control means that the game gets an extra cool strategic dimension, as you constantly have to think several rounds ahead. And therapy always have a strategy ready as things change with each and every round. Each card has a heart on the left side, which is the card health, and a sword on the right side, which indicate its damage. The overall aim is to protect your hero, which you choose at the beginning of the game out of few options. Therefore, you have to constantly protect and look after your hero, but there is one of the most effective abilities, so you have to balance defense and attack very careful. This took me quite a while to catch on, but along the way, it all started to make more and more sense to me. Now I love it, because it requires you to take your time, form an overview, and plan your strategy based on the defense you have built around your hero. At the beginning, I didn't know I had to think that far ahead, so when the round went by, my hero was often just run over by the opponent's card. I got better and better thought, and when I felt I had finally captured the point of Wildfrost, it became incredibly satisfying. Your hero is not alone on the field, as after the first match you gain access to new maps when you fight frozen heroes as you are moving on. This like your main hero have a lot of exciting abilities, and there are to protect your hero. So you have to put the other hero into the field, which is split up the middle so that there can be 3 cards horizontally, both at the top and the bottom of the field. Those who stand first are the ones for attacked primarily, and in that way you can protect your main units by placing them at the back of the line. Only the leading heroes take the beating. It's cool that you constantly have to balance the abilities of these heroes both offensively and defensively. In your hand you get 7 cards, which can be played as you wish. There is range from direct attack card to cards that reduce how many turns it takes before your hero attacks. The cool thing about it, you can draw cards as often as you want. Then, if you are not satisfied, you just draw 7 new cards. The only downside is that takes 1 round, so you have to be careful how you use it. Wildfrost is so-called roguelike, so the game is random every time you play. However, the cards are the same and come with the same abilities, but the way you play your opponent and the benefits you get to help you random each time. The best way to describe is that you see a map between matches that has one of 2 paths you can choose. Depending on your choice, you get specific upgrades. There are treasure chests, necklaces that you can put on your heroes of your choice, which gives them a new ability. As I said, there are also frozen heroes that can be used in the next battle you encounter on the map. Moreover, there is a snail shell but gives gold that you can use in shops, which also have everything from upgrades to necklace. It all randomly generated, and so are the enemies you meet, so it's classic roguelike. This means both that it's a lot easier to see the missing story, but it also provides sublime replay value. The more you fight, the more you unlock, so even if things don't go so well, progress is constantly made, which makes you get better and better, and then you just get better at the mechanics in general by playing again and again. There are many hours of entertainment in Wildfrost because there is an addictive progress that just makes you take one more run shot. Every third battle you encounter on the map is a boss battle where an ultra strong enemy must be defeated. They are challenging to defeat as they can take a lot of beating before going down. It's a super cool progressing system, and Wildfrost is hard to put down once you get started. I played Wildfrost on the Steam Deck and here it feels perfect. I also think it will be well played on the Nintendo Switch, and I could also imagine it will be cool on mobile devices. However, Wildfrost is refreshing, well made and innovating and quite addictive. So, if you like a card game that never gets monotonous, then Wildfrost is just the thing for you. I think it is excellent entertainment. If I have to write something negative, it will be that the game is not that good at teaching the player its mechanics. Many hours after I first started by the game, things still happened in the game. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.